Owen Roberts, 31 years old. Growing up, I'm from North Wales originally, and I went to school there and stuff like that. As a kid, I was very active. Like, my parents always got me outside doing stuff, playing in the mud and all that stuff. And then I did like a lot of sports as well. Even when I was in little school, was quite sporty, and then moving into high school as well. Did like athletics, football, rugby, and all the sports you can think of really. I wouldn't say I was a nerd, and I wouldn't say I was a rebel. It's probably somewhere in between, I imagine. I was very sporty and like more like a jock, like the Americans would say, basically. And I saw a photo of like the big dogs back then, which was like Rich Froning, Jason Khalipa and all them, and they were standing by a pool looking jacked, and I thought, well, I'm doing bodybuilding training and still not looking as good as them, and they're fitter, stronger and all that. Well, surely this type of training would help towards rugby. So I just made the crossover then, and then just fell in love with it and fell out of love with rugby basically. So CrossFit as a whole is a sport which people compete at, but it's more like a training methodology. So like you've got gymnastics, weightlifting, metabolic conditioning, running, swimming, all kind of different sports just molded into one, where you just do elements of everything, and then you basically get the fittest version of yourself basically. Because it's all well and good being able to run 5k, but if you can't really squat your body weight, what's the point? Vice versa, it's all well and good being able to squat 200 plus kilos, but if you can't run 400 meters, then what's the point really? When you grow up basically and you've got kids, you obviously want to be able to do everything with them, and there's no point if you're not fit enough being able to go for a run with them when they're a little bit older. So it's more of a training program that fits all basically. When I moved to ABBA then and started coaching in the CrossFit gym, I was just like trying to be competitive with the people in the classes and stuff like that, because everybody wants to beat the coach and stuff. And then I think I signed up for the first competition in Penabont Bridgend, where I think I came 4th or 5th. It was only a small one, but I thought, yeah, I quite enjoy this and I'm half decent at it, so yeah, I just started competing from there.
Across the line off camera there. Lovely lifts in
This is
lane 3.
Owen Roberts, who had a good day yesterday, another solid day today. Last lift for him in this, and he's got it, so he'll cross the line in 7:28.
Surprised he didn't run there. He's got to remember he's raced.
I did my first open back in 2014 or 2015. It didn't go very well. I think I was about 1,200 and something like that. I think that was in the UK as well, or was it Europe? I can't remember, but it was bad. But I suppose it was my first year as well, so I can't say it was bad, because there are people who are still finishing in that place. But for me personally, where I wanted to go, I'm looking back at it, yeah. But I've come a long way from that then as well, so that's a bonus. Like when we arrived and we got our kit and all that stuff, it was a bit like, whoa, because you only get that when like Premier League football have their shirts on the wall and stuff. Just having your shirt there, your name and like name boards and stuff like that, having a coin with competitors, yeah, it was a bit surreal. And I think one of 38 individuals from the UK to ever go there, so it was, yeah, a bit of an overwhelming experience, to be honest. You were there and you saw the stadium or the field, it was like, whoa, what am I doing here? But once the 3-2-1 went, it was just like another day, it was fine. But then once you kind of like stopped and the workout was over, you realised and looked around the athletes you were there with, it was like, oh my god, am I supposed to be here type of thing? But no, it was, yeah. The CrossFit is basically, it's not just a sport, it's kind of a way of life, because you build so many relationships with so many different people. It's, you make new friends, you can go out for a drink with them and stuff like that, and just friends for life that, like I speak to a lot of people on WhatsApp and stuff like now, that I met in competitions that potentially are like from Italy, America. So it's not just a sport, it's more of a way of life and just getting out there and meeting new people as well. In terms of who I look up to in the sport itself, is probably Rich Froning, just because when I started, he was like the man on the scene, and he's still doing it now, and competing against him last year at the CrossFit Games as well was a bit like surreal, especially when you looked up to somebody for so long and then you get to compete against them on the same floor and even back squat more than him and beat him in a workout, and it was just like turning that idol into a competitor, which was a really good moment. In terms of the sport itself, it's always like a mental battle trying to compete against others, but you've just got to put it in the back of your head, you're still competing against yourself to be better every time. And it is quite a mentally draining sport as well, where like your weightlifting will go up, your fitness will go down, and it'll just peaks and trough, and you always look back like, oh, didn't do as well in that workout as I did before. So it is a mental battle, but it's part of the process as well, I guess. I've got a competition coming up now in a week and a half, which will be in Madrid, and then I'm pretty much busy all the way through until January with one every month. So I don't know how my body's going to hold up to all that.
The second workout, or the third workout I should say, of Friday was the heavy barbell cleans with heavy double unders. Really enjoyed it, but I got a no rep, which she initially gave me a rep. So we're in the middle of contesting that now and see what comes from it. Hopefully by tomorrow morning they will have adjusted my score and I'll be a little bit better off in terms of standings.
Yeah, we have seen a man approximately, I can see 30 meters here, left for easy work of these 85 kilos.
I'll tell you, we've got less than 2 minutes left. All of our field has moved on to the most challenging 85 kilo overhead lunges. Some of our athletes are getting sent back, but we've got several finishers. Looks like Marco Schwendeman's crossing that line.
90 seconds, athletes, 90 seconds. And there you can see making his...
Just finished the second day. this was the day I was more nervous about, because obviously it was full of like gymnastic skills, like a handstand obstacle ramp and the deficit handstand push-ups. We started the day off with rope climbs and overhead lunges. I thoroughly enjoyed that workout and did pretty well on the lunges, not so much on the rope climb. So now I know I need to work on them. The workout with the deficit handstand push-ups, I didn't think I was going to finish it, and when I practiced it, I only managed to finish it within 3 seconds of the time cap, but they reduced the time cap today, and I managed to finish it only just, but I was happy to get it done. And then the last workout of today, which was the handstand obstacle ramp, I didn't finish that, but it was expected. Not many people did. I think a couple of the Games athletes didn't even finish it, so yeah, I was just happy to get over the obstacle under fatigue, because it was like ring muscle ups, wall balls and handstand ramp. So I was just happy to get the majority of it done. But that's 2 days down, and I'm in 36, so I'm down one space from yesterday. But tomorrow it's just leave it all out there. I've got 2 workouts to go, and they did readjust my score, which helped a little bit as well. It bumped me up 6 or 7 spaces on that workout, so that's good news as well.
We remind all of the crowd that the Portland Primitives of Mendelssohn has a 50% off all festival fitness we've had here this weekend. Making their way back onto the floor are Elite Men in number 16.
Just finished the second to last workout, so I'm just going to give you an update on that workout, which was the yoke carry and the GHDs. I got that done about 3 minutes before the time cap, which I'm really happy with, considering that GHDs is one of my weaknesses. I actually enjoyed it. It was a good workout, and there's just one more to go, and it's a sprint workout, and I'm quite excited for it. So that's it. Finished the whole weekend, 8 workouts in 3 days. I feel awful. My legs are like jelly, and I feel like I've been hit by a bus. The last workout was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. Did it a lot faster than I thought, and got it in the time cap, which I thought was pretty much impossible when I first saw the workout. But I've ripped my hands on the chest bars. We just went to plan, like me and my coach discussed, and yeah, it worked out well. So just wait and see now. Hopefully I've climbed up the leaderboard. Top 30 would be nice, but we'll see. The final results are in, and I ended up in 32nd, so it's not too bad. It's better than what I initially thought, which was 36. But it's good to know that we've got some room to improve and back to the drawing board. But it's been a really good weekend. I've enjoyed it. There's been some up and downs. Just wasn't keen that they didn't test much fitness or like cardio based. It was more like high skilled and the fatigue. But it was a good weekend and a good experience, and the standard was really, really tough. But no, I'm happy overall.
They're excited to see their favorite athletes get that mark over.
I would probably like to get back to the Games. Whether if I go team again, I don't know. It's just going to be a little bit harder to relocate and commit, especially with a little baby now. But the main goal is probably getting there as an individual, which would be amazing. And if I can't make it in the actual individual category, hopefully in the Masters when I'm 35, so that would be the goal. One quote I probably put in nearly everything I post, which is chase greatness, because you've always got to try and chase greatness, regardless of what you do. You don't do something half-hearted. You've always want to do it to the best of your ability. And another one that I've heard recently, which is quite good, and I like it, I'm going to start using it more often, is nothing is given and everything is earned.